Sel Elomai Obodami. Good afternoon, everybody. We are learning to speak Ora. I just learned from the classroom the other day that good afternoon is Obodami, so I'm using it. So this week, the whole of June, we are going to be talking about marriages. Now, there are certain milestones that everybody, we could call it rite of passage that everybody go through. So everybody is born, we grow up, we join several associations or several, in Ora, we'll call it age groups to teach us, how to grow and how to help the society. And then when you have joined the age group, after a while, you get old enough to get married. We did the age group with my uncle the last time. Now we want to talk about marriage. And who best to help me talk about it than my mother? She had 6 girls and she went through a lot. In Africa, it is the girl's family that hosts the man's family. So she experienced marriage six times. That's a lot. That's a lot of money my father spent. I don't even want to go there. Anyway, my mother is going to, help us understand how the Ora people view marriage. Marriage is a honorable thing. As Christians, we know that. The Bible says one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. So when you get married, become one and you do more. So Africa supports marriage. African marriages never break because a marriage is not just a marriage between two people. It's a marriage between two families. So when there are so many people coming together to agree for two people to be together, it is difficult to break that union because there are too many people involved. That is why African marriages last. My mother's marriage lasted for almost, in fact, I lost my father, so as long as my father was alive. You see? So, and it's still on.
I'm not remarried.
You see her wedding ring? Look at, she said it's still on. Look at her wedding ring. You see how tight knitted African marriages are. Even in America here, if you're married for 10 years, they say you have been married for a lifetime. They consider it a lifetime. No, 10 years is not enough. In Africa, we are married for a lifetime. So marriages are very, very important, and is a rite of passage in the Ora society to get married, or in this Ora community to get married. So we are going to be talking about, how the Ora people view marriage. I want my mother to talk a little bit about marriage. Then we'll dive into the processes to which we get married. So, mommy, say something.
Vase, good afternoon, everybody. Waobodami. Like Rita has said, yes, marriage is a very, very important institution in the Ora culture. It is not just a coming together of two individuals, man and woman. It is the coming together of two families. We take it very seriously. And when we come together, we do things together. And as the marriage progresses, because we are together as a union, the marriage does not break easily. It does not break easily. And in our society, there's even no foundation for marriages to break, because from the beginning it had a support. That is what I say about marriages. And the marriages in Ora are taken seriously. There are steps you take if you want to get married. It's not just a boy and a girl meeting themselves and deciding to go to the registry or deciding. It's almost like how even biblically Israel takes marriage. They celebrate marriage. They unite families. They come together, unite families, and so that their marriages equally last. Okay. As we progress, we begin to talk about. Luckily, I have 6 girls and a boy. I have experienced 6 times in-laws coming to me.
Wow.
And then once, I was the one who went out.
That was a lot of cooking.
Yes. And as I went out, I went to another culture, and I had to obey, and I had to do whatever they asked me to do. But those who were coming to pick my daughters had to obey our culture.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, they had to obey our culture. So, for today, we are just talking about the importance of marriage. You see how my mother, talked about it culturally, how the Ora people view marriages. Marriages is between two families, not two individuals. So it is difficult for it to break. It We will never have broken marriages. Honestly, I remember I had an uncle that the wife had to stay with his mother because the mother was not taking it, and now they are together married. So it's very difficult for marriages to break in Africa, trust me. So join us next time. We're going to start with the step of finding a wife. The Bible says if you find a wife, you find a good thing and you obtain favor. The African man actually goes to find a wife. It's not what they do in the international world, where you just meet somebody and marry the person overnight. In what world? You can't even bring the person home. In Africa, they will say, where did you find this person? It's a serious process. That is why it never breaks. So join us next time. So we're starting with a marriage right the oral way.
That's it.
That's it.